Hi everybody, my name is Beth, and the Meatly, KindlyBeast, and Joey Drew Studios have kind of... You thought you were just going to be listening to a very chill, no major hype. Nope. They have decided to go very crazy and all out for their hype for their last chapter. So, Joey Drew Studios' YouTube channel has posted a video with 3 question marks, 1 out of 3. I'll link to that in the description below. And it is a video that shows basic table kind of situation. There's a bottle of the ink bottle that has the skull and crossbones on it. What we assume is probably going to be the acetone or some sort of ink corrector type thing. The radio diaries that have been throughout the game, and some pieces of paper. I'll get to those pieces of paper in a second, but let's continue on the video. And the radio diary is Henry's voice, presumably after the events of Chapter 4, where he gets rescued by, as we know, thanks to the data mine, Allison, Angel, and Tom. Now he says, I'm trapped way below Joey Drew Studios, the guy I worked for. There's crazy things going down here. There's monsters, demons, angels, and 2 of them have kept me prisoner. 2 of them are keeping me prisoner. I don't know if I can get out of here. Now, that line in particular is pretty kind of intense, because it's like, wait, who's keeping you prisoner? Is it Allison, Angel, and Tom? Is this kind of referring back to Alice, Angel, and the Inky Bendy? Is that it, or is there somebody else keeping you captured? And my first initial feelings and thoughts is that, yeah, it's Allison and Tom, because we do get to see in the reveal trailer for Chapter 5, we do get to see some different stuff along the wall. Not a monster, the 4-finger handprints, and the more toony handprints and stuff. What am I? Kind of that dark, creepy element to it. So it might be possible that, this is the first time a human has gone through and gotten that far in the studio, and Allison and Tom are like, what is this? What are you? You're not an angel. You're not him. You're not the projector. You're definitely not the ink demon. So what are you? We obviously can't trust you. Might also be a fact that, they saw or heard Alice talk about the errand boy and stuff, so they're like, okay, we obviously can't trust you because you just did work for this Alice Angel chick, and she's been killing everybody left and right, trying to make herself look pretty. And stuff like that. So it might be a case of that, or it might be even as simple as, Henry, it's way too dangerous for you to go out there and try to get out. You stay here, like how Boris was in the beginning of the 3rd chapter, where, it's all kind of cute and fun and games, and like, oh, you gotta make Boris soup before he's willing to give you the part you need. There's still that kind of initial horror. It's like, yeah, Boris doesn't want you to leave, and there's a reason why, because as soon as you leave the safe house, you're stuck, fighting projectionists, running errands, having Boris question his own existence because of all the clones. So I can kind of understand why he's like, yeah, no. We're staying in here, we're playing cards, and I'm gonna play the banjo. So it could be a possible, well-intentioned, hey, you may have survived multiple head injuries, but, you're not gonna get as lucky. Or it could be more malicious. Obviously, we can't trust you. What are you? Type thing. Henry also mentions in this audio log that there is a secret hiding underneath. There's a secret lurking going on, and it feels like he's being watched, and, elements of being paranoid. He then ends it off being like, if you get this message, you must not, and then we hear what sounds to be a vault door opening, or something moving, and he's like, they're coming back. And then it ends off and cuts off, and then we hear something almost kind of like a cork bottle opening, that kind of sound at the end, and then it fades to black, and then we get the 3 weeks remain, which is probably referring to, well, the release date, the 26th of October, and I can only assume that the next 2 videos in this little mini-series will have, 2 weeks remain, 1 week remain, and then so on and so forth. So it appears like Henry's under house arrest. He's got a can of bacon soup, and he's got pieces of paper underneath the audio log and the spilled, well, he's got the ink bottle, and there's a bunch of ink everywhere. The skull ink or whatever. Now, there are sketches on these pieces of paper underneath the thing. You can't really tell what they are. There's some circles, there's some crossed out things, there's some scribbles. There looks to be what seems to be a paw. Underneath one, there's some boxes. Not really much something where you could straight down be like, yes, this is what it is. This is what it entails. This is what it means for the game. It's kind of more of a, oh, there's sketches. So there's some sketches that might come important. They might be important. They might not. There's an empty can of bacon soup, and so on and so forth. And so it sounds a lot like Henry's under safe house arrest, or he's locked up, and they're coming back. Probably refers to Allison and Tom, or whoever's holding him hostage. Hostage, prisoner, making sure he doesn't go run off and get knocked out for the umpteenth time. The idea of you must not kind of seems to me that there might be a bad ending, a bad good ending kind of situation where it's like, depending on your choices regarding this, you'll end up getting the good ending or a bad ending depending on the thing. I don't think that's possible, or I don't think that's the way it's going to go. I think it's kind of one of those, getting up and like, oh, what are you going to do? What are you not going to do? Kind of situations. I think it also has to do something with the ink machine, and I do think it, we might have to either shut off the ink machine or get in the ink machine, or various, we don't know what this thing does in particular, so who knows. Looking at my notes. He says there's something at work, something hiding, something going on behind the scenes. He feels that something's going on more than just, what did Joey do? Why am I here? Kind of situation. He does mention being watched, and there has been a lot of theories and guesses, for lack of a better word, that the cutouts are how the Inky Bendy sees and is able to traverse through the thing, because the ink's covering his eyes, and ta-da! So that might be possible, and we have seen throughout the game that the standouts do seem to have a almost mind of their own type thing, where they'll pop out around corners, they'll show up when you turn your back, and then it's like, well, okay, there you are. And we still don't have an explanation on why the ink machine room was boarded up while we were turning it on, right before Bendy jump scares us and we fall through the hole. I think that the final chapter is going to be, because we got monsters, angels, demons. Well, we got the angels, Alice and Allison. We got Inky Bendy, so we got our demon. And who knows, there might be a mini Bendy. Got your demon. And monsters. That's probably referring to basically everybody else. The Striker, Fisher, Piper, Lost Ones, the multiple Boris clones, Tom, the projectionist, if there's more than one. Kind of depends. We're not entirely sure, because, the last time we saw the projectionist, he was getting his head ripped off by Inky Bendy, because apparently Bendy's just like, Guess what, Henry? This is what I can do to you. So yeah, that's gonna be crazy. My theories on what's going to be in the next two things, I think it'll probably be another audio log from Henry, maybe later on in the events of whatever he's going on, whatever going through, because I don't think it's just kind of like he's under house arrest, we're going to keep him locked up. I think there might be some experimentation going on him, there might not. I mean, I'm kind of taking it from that popping sound that's at the end, but that could just be a, you know, you don't want anybody's ears to bleed when you hear the record stop or something. And they're trying to figure out what is this thing. He's not like us, so obviously he's dangerous. Let's take care of this matter. Or they're planning to sacrifice him, because you got inky abominations. You got one guy in the bed mask screaming, "He will set us free," and going, "Sheep, sheep, 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 sheep," and all those other things. So what else do? You sacrifice them. Or it could be something completely different regarding what they're doing to Henry or what they're planning to do to Henry. My other theory is that my other two theories will be something from Wally Frank, so we can, get one final happy, "I'm out of here" from Wally before we find out the horrific truth of, like, the ink-induced body horror he had to go through before he became, pick whatever character you want him to be. Or we might get an audio log from Joey, like, either alluding to the fact that he didn't actually send the letter, or that he's got something planned, or something along those lines. Or it could be possibly Alice and Angel and Tom on their regards of the mysterious new guy, the guy they rescued from Alice. So that might also be a possibility. We might also get something from Sammy, since we haven't heard from him since he got squished by Inky Bendy. So, frankly, I have no idea what's going to happen, and I'm kind of excited to see what'll happen next week. So, those are my thoughts and theories. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave your own thoughts and theories on what this trailer means. And thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye!